Hey!
Yo!
Welcome back to Tildy&Ash. I'm Tildy.
And I'm Ash. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it happened, so. We were going to go live, and then we couldn't because our account wasn't verified yet. But it will be, so next time we can. Woo!
Yeah.
So our plan was to go live and just tell a little bit about our story, where we're from, and how we met each other, and why we started our YouTube channel, and that's pretty much it. So
yeah,
we're not live, obviously, but we're gonna go with the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. You want me to start?
Go for it.
Okay. So I was born and raised in Thunder Bay. So that's northwestern Ontario. I like to joke that I was born in the middle of nowhere or born in the bush, because essentially that's what it is. But it was an amazing place to grow up. I spent my entire childhood in nature, swimming, camping, fishing in the summer, ice fishing in the winter, climbing trees, like just spending so much time outside. Thunder Bay is a really neat city. It is an actual city. A lot of the places I've traveled in the world have heard of Thunder Bay or know someone that's been there. Like, I honestly feel like everybody I've ever met has some Thunder Bay connection. Did you?
No? Okay. I didn't really know where it was or what it was until I met you. Like, I'd heard people talk about it, but I never looked it up or...
Yeah, that's fair.
It was never...
You'd have no reason to go there unless you're driving through Canada. You might stop there. It's like known for the Terry Fox Monument is there.
Oh, cool.
And there's the Sleeping Giant, which is really cool. It's a really huge rock formation that looks like a giant laid down and crossed his arms and went to sleep. And it's really cool. There's all these cool stories about it, which I won't get into now. But under his feet is an actual silver mine. And the waters are so treacherous because it's Lake Superior, and Lake Superior is the biggest body of fresh water in the entire world, which is really cool. I'm very blessed to grow up with so much water and fresh water at that. We'd go like fishing in the summer and just grab a cup and scoop it and drink it.
Yeah,
like
so
just
so
from
clear.
the middle of the lake because it looked so good and it was beautiful.
Nice.
But the waters can be really dangerous. So there's been people that have tried to get to the mine that's under the Sleeping Giant's feet, and no one can get in there. The water is too treacherous. It's not safe. So it's really interesting. There's some cool stories about Nana Bijou, they call him. Yeah.
That's cool. And then
it.
After Thunder Bay, you moved to Sarnia?
Yeah, after Thunder Bay, took a 10-month pit stop in Sarnia to go live with my dad, and it was just my baby step to Southern Ontario. So I had been ready. It had always been my dream to move to Toronto and pursue acting. Those two things just needed to happen at some point in my life, so when I finally left, I stopped in Sarnia, and then I came here, and the rest is a cool story too. And
when did you move here exactly? About 2 years ago?
It's been just over 2 years. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's honestly been 2 years of an actual dream come true. And even during the pandemic, everything in my life has been wonderful since I've moved to Toronto. All my dreams are coming true slowly, just little baby steps. The people that I've met, the connections that I've made, it's so crazy, it's so wonderful. This is why I wanted to move to Toronto, because it's a place where anything you want to do or try can happen. You can try anything you want to try, you can learn anything you want to learn. There's other people here you can always connect with, and that's what I really wanted from a city. I am very blessed and happy. I got to grow up around so much nature, and that definitely made me like the person that I am, but definitely love being a city girl too. Yeah. And I really love your story. It's my favorite.
So my story is a bit different from yours, but it's the same in terms of, I grew up around nature as well. And so I am French originally, from France. My parents and my family is French. But before I was born, my parents were kind of traveling Asia, kind of, living their youth up. and decided to live in Nepal. So even though I was born in France, I actually grew up in Nepal, which is right in between India and China. If you don't know, it's a small landlocked country that has the biggest mountains in the world, so Mount Everest and the rest of the Himalayas, the Annapurnas are all in Nepal. So yeah, it was just a really beautiful experience growing up, going on treks all the time. My dad was a trekking guide for a couple of years. So yeah, it was just amazing. The people there are so kind. You can just walk through a village and people will invite you into their house for tea.
So cool.
They're very spiritual people, so there's Hinduism and Buddhism there, so a lot of that has also imprinted on me. So that was a really beautiful experience. And after that, I moved.
What age were you in Nepal from?
From 0 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my
cool.
first 10 years. And then I moved to Paris for 4 years because my parents ended up splitting up. So my dad stayed back in Nepal. And I moved with my sister and my mom to France. And we were there for 4 years. And it was nice because the rest of my family lives there. So that was kind of the only time I was able to visit my family, on a more regular basis. And after that, my mom ended up marrying my stepdad, Raju, and they moved here to Canada to be able to be together and be able to work as well. So yeah, it was kind of random. They were kind of trying to pick a place in North America. It was kind of, Atlanta or New York or Toronto. It was kind of a toss-up, and they ended up choosing Toronto because of the public schools, but it could have easily been one of these other places. And my life would be totally different now, which is really interesting to think about, the Mathildes that would have been in high school in New York and, what my life would be now.
Right. It is so interesting.
No, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say, I think about that too, how one decision could change your whole life.
Yeah.
And how interesting it is to know the people that we know in our lives. Out of the billions of people on earth, you and I are sitting in this room together. And not only that, we live together and we feel like, we have such a special friendship and connection. And just everybody in my life. I have so much gratitude for the people in my life because I think it's so special that we connected.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because every little decision that, your family or you have made in the past that at the time you weren't sure was the right decision, or even you might have had regrets about, if you hadn't made those decisions, you wouldn't be where you are today. So every little thing has just brought you to this path. So it's just interesting to think, what if this and what if that? But, I'm just grateful and so happy with what did happen because of where I am today. Came to Toronto when I was 14 and then spent high school here, then went to Montreal for 5 years to study at McGill, and then have been back in Toronto and have been here on and off. I took a year sabbatical to go travel in South America, and then after coming back I spent some time in Toronto, and that's when I met Ashley. We met about a year and a bit ago, I think.
A bit, very exact.
A year and a few months, I think.
I think we met exactly a year and a bit ago.
Yeah, exactly. A bit and a 0.3 maybe.
A bit and 0.3. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, so it's really interesting because we both, had a kind of a history of growing up around nature, and I don't know.
We both grew up around a lot of nature, and I think it's funny because I grew up around so much snow, and you grew up with so much rain.
Yeah.
Or flash floods. So we almost have similar experiences, but for me it was snow, and for her it was monsoons.
Yeah, lots of water.
But we both really grew up in nature, and we love to travel, and we've done we've had different travels, but we both ended up here. And on the night that we met, we kind of were both just out and about, doing our own thing, really. And I had just met, basically, I don't know, we came together because we sort of made friends with the same people in one evening, all people that just met in the same evening.
Yeah, we all kind of vibe together. Sometimes you just meet people and you feel like you're already friends.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it felt with all of us. And
Yeah,
we
it
had
was
a really lovely, time together and just, spend a lot of time laughing and chatting, and it just felt so natural.
And I remember just looking at Mathilde at one point, and I'm like, I feel like I know this girl. I feel like we're already best friends. I don't know, should I tell her this? Like, is that a weird thing to say to somebody? Like, I literally just met her, and I
haven't even had a one-on-one day.
Yeah, and I just felt so connected to her and really wanted to know her and hang out with her. And and then we basically went our separate ways and didn't get each other's contact information. So we had this amazing, hangout and really enjoyed each other a lot and really liked each other, and we ended up not even getting each other's contact information. So the next day I couldn't remember your name either.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you remember my name either. So I started asking around, looking for you.
I did too. I was like, just after we parted ways, I was like, how dumb am I? I should have gotten her number or something, because we were just so in the moment,
Yeah, and then just sort of happened.
Yeah, so we ended up finding each other.
We found each other. Yeah, I had to ask a few people, and it was so embarrassing. So I'm like, do you remember that girl? Also, do you remember her name? Also, I feel really
I think I remembered your name though.
Did you?
Yeah.
So we ended up connecting, and then Mathilde came over here in the apartment that we both live in now, but I lived here with different roommates, and so now fast forward to where we are, she lives here with me.
Yeah.
We live here together. It's our apartment.
Yeah.
And
just at the start of COVID, we moved in together. Yeah. And, it's been really amazing.
Right in the middle of the first lockdown, Mathilde moved in.
Yeah. Which has been really great. I mean,
it's been amazing. And my previous roommates were lovely, and they were lovely, but they wanted to be home, and that's totally understandable. A lot of people wanted to just be home or go be at a camp or go be around more nature during the pandemic, so I totally understood that, and they didn't want to put me in a weird situation by any means, and they were worried about me looking for new roommates, and I kind of was too, but I only had to make one phone call. I only had to make one phone call. So I went from being like, holy shit, how am I going to find a new roommate during a pandemic? I can't even meet people to find out if I like them or not. And I made one phone call, and Mathilde's like, yes, right away, yes.
Yeah.
I want to move in with you.
Yeah, you asked me, do you want to move in in a month? And I was living at my parents' place, and I had thought about moving out for a while, and then the pandemic hit, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna even find anything? But I was ready to leave, even though I love my family, and I'm so grateful to have been able to stay there. At 28 years old, you're like, okay, I want to get back out there, and I was like, yes, obviously, this makes sense. Even though it only hung out a couple of times, as you said, it felt like we knew each other deeply, and it felt right, and I think it's been great. We have a very similar, way of living, and respective space, but we also love each other
so much.
And we made a channel because we wanted to share that.
We talked about making a YouTube video. I think the first night you moved in, before she even unpacked, I grabbed a bottle of champagne, and we have a beautiful deck, and the sun was out, and I'm just like, is noon too soon? I don't think so. Her mom just drove away, and we had to celebrate.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly we talked about video ideas, we were making notes and stuff, so it's something we both wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And it's really nice to be able to do it. It's just fun. It's nice to connect with other people, and Opie wants out. Come on, Opie. Come here.
Want to come say hi?
There you go.
Hi, Opie.
Hi. Yeah. So Yeah, I just want to add to what you said, that you're grateful you got to live with your parents. I am so grateful that I got to live with my dad, and we like, my dad's like, I don't know, not everybody is friends with their parents, and my dad and I are best friends, and it's such an amazing thing. So I'm so happy I got to live in Sarnia. That was absolutely meant to be. I met some of my other like best friends for life there as well, and I think it was totally meant to be. I really believe in divine perfect timing for life. I don't believe in regretting anything. And I read something the other day that I really loved it. It was a quote. It said, "We often don't know the name of the last chapter until it's over." Or shit, something like that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So basically, like, looking back at your life, you can see how everything played out and made sense and led to some really wonderful things. But sometimes at the time, it may seem like you don't know if you're making the right decision, or you don't know if it's a good move to make.
Right.
But I think trusting your gut and trusting your intuition, and sometimes the wrong move or a sidestep will lead to so many wonderful things, all the right things.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that covers it. We just wanted to share a little more about ourselves today. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a backstory. And we're just excited to keep making content together.
And now we know we can go live, so we'll do that at some point.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
They don't deem us too creepy or weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Which I'm sure, like, if anyone actually reviews it, they'll be like, this is awesome.
I'm sure there's weirder people than us.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah. We're pretty lighthearted, and we're just being funny.
Yeah.
It's like bad comedy sometimes, you know?
But bad comedy is
like bad, good comedy, you know?
Good, bad comedy.
Good, bad, good
bad,
comedy.
good comedy.
Yep. All right.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Remember to love each other, take care of each other.
Yeah, and love yourself, and take care of yourself during this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.